guys, Nella here again. I'm back. I know I've been away for so long, I'm sorry, but I will be talking about that in another video, completely different video from this one. Just heads up, the audio quality in this video will not be too good because my mic is not working. Of course, we're just gonna have to deal with it as the content in this is a lot more important than the sound today. So this week is Mental Health Awareness Week. This year's Mental Health Awareness Week subject is stress, and I thought, what video subject can I do that is related to stress but also to my personal experiences? Then I thought, what haven't I done? I haven't done mental illness and travel. And those put together equals a lot of stress. Something you should know is that travel is super stressful because stress is automatically going to be super high when you are traveling, as you don't know where you are. This is a totally new place, a totally new culture. Usually you are mostly with one or two people that you know, and so you're all very stressed together, which can increase the stress. And also, you often don't know where you're sleeping. You may know physically where you're going to be, like the address, but you don't know environmentally whether you're going to be able to sleep, whether the beds are comfortable, whether there's loads of sound or noise or light. So that can make traveling incredibly stressful and hard. Another thing is that you don't always know if you're going to be able to get a full meal, especially if you have allergies like I do and like my friend does. And so often we couldn't eat stuff, a lot of stuff, and that meant that we wouldn't be able to get full meals. Although, as you get used to traveling, and especially to the culture that you're living in, it becomes a lot more easier to function and to eat. But for the first 2-3 weeks in Tokyo, it was really hard. I really honestly regretted leaving my home to go to this country that I did not know and I did not understand, and I was going through a lot of crap, and I was so scared mentally that I was going to go back into depression because it felt like I was in depression in those few weeks. With that in mind, you have to really consider where you're going to go and how to lessen the stress. So to try and fight against the stress, I first thought about which factors in my life have to be stable to allow me to have a healthy mentality and allow me to function well. And I realised it was, I need to have good sleep, I need to have good relationships and a good group of people around me that I can bounce off and be creative with and not be stressed with. I have to feel accomplished, and my bed and food has to be stable. Those two were super important. Another thing is feeling engaged in the world and in my activities and where I am, but that's quite hard if you feel really disorientated and out of place in an alien culture, so I left that to the side a little bit. With those in mind, I firstly tackled my bed and food stress. With my food stress, we started to plan really far in advance what we were going to eat every night. So we would have like a vegan restaurant or a good sushi bar, or we would decide, oh, we're going to have pasta at home on that day. But it made traveling so less stressful because throughout the day I wasn't thinking, oh my god, what am I going to eat this evening? Am I going to die? I'm not going to be able to sleep because I'm going to be hungry. So with my bed, I made sure that I did everything possible to make it comfortable. I had my hot water bottle with me, which made it feel very homely, and if I even had to, I would you could contact the host of wherever you're staying and, you know, ask a few questions about the beds. Another thing you have to consider, especially when doing intercontinental traveling, is jet lag. Jet lag will mess with you. It is a psychological thing that messes with you. It messes with your hormones, it messes with your happy chemicals, it just messes with so many different things, and your sleep cycle. So in Japan, the jet lag was so huge that the time when I was awake in Japan, my body felt like I was in the middle of the night in England. My brain in the middle of the night is a very different brain to my brain in the middle of the day. So functioning as if I was crazy midnight Nella was just not fun. It was hard, especially with little food in Tokyo, and that's something you really need to take into consideration. Try and prepare beforehand for the jet lag. Be prepared so that it doesn't hit you as a surprise, and so that you don't think and panic that you're going into depression, because you're not, you're just jet lagged. It's horrible, but you are literally just jet lagged and you will get out of it. A couple things that I experienced due to stress in travel is I derealize a lot. I heavily derealize if I am super stressed. So it will stop me from being able to read, it will stop me from being able to speak properly. I won't be able to function at all if I am at that level of stress for so long. Definitely my dissociation got higher the more stressed I got during travel, which isn't fun, especially when you're trying to experience the traveling that you're doing. I think it's important to talk about how traveling can be great, but also it can be horrible. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope your week is being good to you. Like, subscribe, comment. I'm always on Twitter and always on Instagram, so if you've been missing my YouTube uploads, just go there, and I'm there a lot. Bye!